Welcome to the zone. Today, we play S.T.A.L.K.E.R G.A.M.M.A. So sit back, relax, crack open a cold one, and let's talk. So here's the thing. You're not special. I am not special. Mom tells us we're special. Dad tells us we're going to change things for the better, in a big way. They tell us to reach for the stars, right? You know, if you were fortunate enough to have a supportive family, you heard that kind of stuff growing up. I'm not knocking them for that, but they've set up some issues from the outset for us here. Some of the people I love the most never got to be a full-time musician like they wanted. Never published a best-selling novel. Maybe never even got married like they wanted. They failed at what they wanted to accomplish, and yet they often don't even know how much I respect them and care about them, or how much of an impact they've made in other people's lives. My theory is that we put way too much of a premium on what we accomplish rather than how we accomplish it. We're obsessed with actors and billionaires and astronauts and what they've accomplished. And that's good. It's good to aspire to be things and to, accomplish good things, or great things. But we don't look at the quality of their character and the goodness of their heart nearly enough. We get tunnel vision on their accomplishments. Ooh, okay. So, S.T.A.L.K.E.R G.A.M.M.A is a mod for a stalker game. It's set in the Chernobyl exclusion zone in a parallel universe, and there's like mutated monsters and radioactive relics in the game. You play as a stalker, which is like a cowboy, trying to seek his fortune in the zone, trying to make a name for himself. If you're interested in Gamma, I'll put a link to a solid review in the description. I will warn you, it's not for the faint of heart. Anyway, let's lock back in. I've realized as I've grown from teenager to adult that I want to have good character and a good heart more than I want to become just a renowned author or philosopher or whatever. And those are two things I've really wanted in my life. But I'm realizing they mean nothing if I don't have a good heart and good character to back them up. What's it worth to accomplish something if you don't do good in people's lives on your way up? No one likes a bootlicking, selfish ladder climber. We've got it all mixed up. Because here's the thing, this is a good litmus test or whatever. I don't want to say to my son, Nether River Jr., you're going to be very, very special one day. Then take the pipe out of my mouth and nod vaguely into the distance. I want to put my hand on his shoulder and say to him, son, you've got a good heart, and I just know that you're going to be a good man. Now, I know that the title may be a bit clickbaity, but the heart of it is this. I don't want my son or daughter to be a great person necessarily. I want them to be a good one. It's trite, I know, but I'm trying to get an idea across with it. I want them to have good hearts and good character more than I want them to, step foot on Mars. I want them to be a good father or mother, a good husband or wife, more than I want them to be a great entrepreneur or whatever. So that's been my goal. I've got, kind of got like this goal fixated mind, and I want to change that. I want to make sure, so my tendency is that I want to make sure I've got a bright future full of accomplishments and specialness, set up with a foolproof plan. Honestly, it causes me a lot of anxiety and whatnot. I'm not a fan of how obsessive I can be with all of that. And yeah, I don't want to give up on my goals and aspirations at all. I've got some lofty ones. I want to go out and accomplish them, but I want to work on being content on where I am, on caring for people in my life, giving to people in need, whatever, man. I've been working on being a great person for years now, but I want to work on being a good one now, if you'll allow me the trite expression. I think we're happiest, most satisfied, and we like ourselves the most when we're being a good person. I lean introverted, okay? And I just don't want to deal with people sometimes. I can be a little cranky, honestly. Sometimes I prefer, video games or books to people, and I don't treat my family and friends like I should. I know that. I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to be grateful for how people around me have cared for me. Past tense, and are caring for me present tense and to show my gratefulness in a real way. So yeah, again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go out there and accomplish stuff. Go out and accomplish stuff. Dream big. There's nothing wrong with that. Just work on yourself. Care about your people. Don't be a jerk. Give back to the community that allowed you to make it past infancy. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that, we were born into this world. Wouldn't have made it past day one without a parent, a community, etc. And it shows. I know some of us have had more rough upbringings than other, but a lot of us were brought up in the lap of luxury. And that's most of middle-class America compared to the rest of the world. We had moderate to good parents. We act entitled and like no one ever did us any kindness or good. That is BS. So let's drop the entitlement thing we Americans are so good at. I'm not great about it either. I'm lazy. I like to waste my time on stupid stuff like Instagram or YouTube or brain rot or whatever. I like to think that like I'm entitled to that spot that person just cut me off when I'm driving. I would rather watch Instagram or YouTube than do the dishes for a roommate or take out the trash. And sometimes I do act in that way. It shows my entitlement, my lack of care for those around me. Okay, I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but the point is that I'd rather be a good man than be special. I'd rather have loving relationships than be a CEO with a family that's falling apart. So let's throw out a thank you to the electrician, to the EMT, to the gas station employee who are kind and just a pleasure. I'd rather spend time with them than with some pretentious, Sigma grind set dude who's putting $20K in the bank a month. So yeah, it's just fine if you don't end up quote unquote special. There's joy in simple things, man. Like there's joy in loving your people well, joy in giving to others, joy in small kindnesses and in a simple life. That's not going to stop me from pursuing big goals and, dreams. Like those are important to me. But those goals and dreams, they are not going to be my be all end all. They're not going to be my entire life. Not going to substitute the place of simple joys and gratitude and contentment anymore. Today, I turn a new page in my book, pursue my goals, and I sacrifice for them, I want to do that, but I do it with a kind heart and with family and friends around me that love me. For now, let's part ways, but I hope to see you in the zone again. Go live a life with big dreams, but simple joys.